everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be doing a simple step-by-step breakdown of what I do for my makeup routine. So keep watching and don't forget to like and subscribe. So I decided that I'm going to start a series called They Come and They Go, meaning these boys, they come and they go. So this will be my first episode of that series. And in this episode, I'm just going to talk about my first boyfriend, which was my first heartbreak, and why I decided that I wasn't going to take no mess from no dude. So I was about 17 when I had my first boyfriend. And at 17, I wasn't really like looking for no relationship. I was just like talking to dudes and, just chilling, doing what 17-year-olds do. Well, that saying, how you get them is how you lose them. And let me tell you, at that time, I was not really worried about losing no dude. You feel me? I wasn't worried about it. I'm, young and turned. So I was cool with this girl. We wasn't really cool. I just had knew her from around. And she was dating this dude. And, they had broke up. And after a while, I was like, you feel me? Like, I'm going to talk to him. Because, you feel me, like, me and her wasn't friends. We wasn't, like, we never hung out. It was none of that. I just knew her from around the town. So, anyways, I had started talking to the dude. And at first, I was, like, talking to other dudes. But over time, like, I just really started feeling him. We were just like texting and stuff, and then I guess for like after like the first year, then we actually like started linking up. Yes, girl, we ain't started linking up until like a year after we started talking. So when I finally started linking up with him, like, mind you, I was in high school, so like my mama didn't really like let me go over to dude's house and stuff. So when I would like have the car, like I sneak over to his house, you feel me, just be doing all this stuff that I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing. But my mama was always out of town and stuff, or she was like at work or doing other stuff. So I was like, I'm finna go to his house. I'm finna go pick him up. And then like when I be in school, I leave first period, me and my best friend, and then we'll go pick him up from school, and we'll just be hanging out like all day. Well, let me tell y'all how bad I was. So one day my mama was out of town and went to go pick him up, and I was over there for a minute because he lives 20 minutes away from me. So I'll drive over there to go pick him up, drive back, you feel me, to go wherever we was gonna go. And one day, like, when I went to, like, that particular day when I went to go pick him up, like, I guess my mom was checking my location, and she was, like, steady asking me, like, oh, where you at? She blowing up my phone. She calling me, because she already knew where I was at. She knew where I was going. But I wasn't finna answer that phone. You feel me? I don't know why I ain't answer that phone, but, well, I do know, but I ain't answer that phone. So then, once we finally got back to my side of the town, that's when I ended up texting her. I was like, oh, I'm at a football game. And she was like, don't worry about it. My mama sent somebody to come grab the freaking car for me because I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be at. She made me leave my boyfriend at that football game. He had to find his own way back home. Mind you, he lived 20 minutes away. So, yes, that's just like a portion of what I was doing when like I was in high school, stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing. So at this point, my mama don't like him because he got me acting bad. But when my mama used to leave and stuff, or like go out of town, or my mom worked nights, I used to leave him in the house and stuff. And girl, we would always get caught. And like after he was tired of getting caught at my house, he started sticking me at his house, and we was still getting caught. I parked my car down the street. We was still getting caught. Eventually, his mama just stopped caring, and she was like, "Girl, I don't care." So I started being over there every day. So eventually, we both ended up graduating high school, and I ended up getting me a job, and he was running the streets. Now, on top of me being quote unquote in love with this dude, he wasn't like. A lot of people be saying like they dudes ain't he really wasn't So one day I ended up wrecking my car, and I ain't have a car for like a month. And I used to ask him, oh, can you pick me up from work? And this man used to act like it was the end of the world. Like if he had to do anything that did not benefit him, or anything that was for somebody that was not him, he act like he was gonna pass out and die. I swear to God, he was so selfish, and I don't know what I was thinking.
Or anytime I go over to his house and I know I'm finna stop and give me some food, I always ask him or anybody else that's over there, like, do y'all want some food? But if he come over to my house and I ask him to stop and get a bottle of water, he gonna pass out. I'm not, man, I cannot make this up. He is going to pass out. He got 10 million reasons why he cannot do it. And my mama just thought I was the most dumbest person in the world. And at the time, I peep it and I see like where she coming from. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's okay. He don't mean oh my God, I don't know what was going on with me. So on top of my mama not really liking him, that selfishness just was the icing on the cake for her. But those are just scenarios of why I think that he was not and why I decided to still stick around, I don't know. So after I quit working at Walmart, my mama helped me get this job at this car place, and then I ended up getting me a new car. So I used to have these friends, and they would just be telling me stuff about my boyfriend. I just did not believe them because you are lying. Like, my boyfriend would never do no stuff like that. Like, I don't know who you're talking about, but my boyfriend, no, not never.
But that is the prime reason why I do not be telling girls nothing about they men. I don't care. I ain't saying nothing about nobody man because I already know how I act when it was my man. Baby, you can't tell me nothing. You tell me anything about my man, you're going to have a problem with me.
So I don't exactly remember how the scenario played out. I know it had something to do with that phone. So either I asked him to go through the phone, he ain't let me, or I went through that phone and I found something. Either way, it had something to do with that phone. And I'm not trying to hear that, oh, I don't go through phones. That's how you get your feelings hurt. You go through phones, you go find exactly what you're looking for. I don't care. I go through that phone. I'm going to go through that phone. And if I ain't went through it yet, I'm going to go through it soon. I go through phones. But anyways, at this point, I was about 20 because that's when I had started working at that car place when I was 20. And y'all, we technically, like, we together, but we on a break right now because I went through that phone.
So I start like not really messing with my supervisor, but we start like hanging out and linking up and stuff. And my supervisor had a girlfriend. But that's neither here nor there because this is about me right now. But yeah, I was hanging out with my supervisor and stuff like that. And we was kicking it. And he was just like really like making me forget about like all the BS that was going on with me and my boyfriend at the time. My supervisor ended up catching feelings for me real bad, and him and his girlfriend like eventually broke up. Backstory, me and his girlfriend used to get into it all the time because she used to go through his phone and see him texting me. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, my supervisor be telling me like, just go ahead and leave him, like you can come be with me and da 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 da. And I'm like, I ain't leaving my man. I'm not leaving him. You feel me? But I'm just like, yeah, like, you feel me, going along with it. Like, I'm not finna go nowhere.
And I know it was dumb for me to stay with my boyfriend, especially, like, when the other dude that I was messing with was doing everything right. But I just had really high hopes that my boyfriend would eventually get it together. And, I mean, of course, he never did because we're not together no more. But I was just really hoping on it, you know. I just thought it's a phase. We young right now. But if I stick around, if I stick with him, then he gonna realize, you know. He never realized. Actually, I'm lying. He did realize. But by the time he did, baby, I was over it. So me and my boyfriend eventually worked it out. And, like, we got back on good terms. And a few months later, I went through that phone again. And he was still texting girls.
So, you know, I'll break up with him, and you know how dudes get once they get called. They want to, I'm sorry, trying to start acting fake crazy. Boy, you the one who got caught cheating on me. How you mad? How you mad at me? Because I caught you cheating. So, I broke up with him, and we'll be, like, fighting and stuff. And when we be fighting, like, our fights be real bad. Like, it be getting physical. We be throwing stuff, breaking stuff, cussing each other out. Like, saying stuff that, like, you would say to, like, your op. Like, real bad stuff. And it's like, dang, like, why are y'all even together? It would get bad. Eventually, I turned 21. And once I turned 21, oh, it was up, baby. I was in them clubs. And once I started going to the clubs, I started meeting the ball players, the rappers, everything you could think. I was meeting them.
And I honestly felt like he thought that I would never go talk to nobody else or go mess with no other dudes. So I would purposely let him find stuff in my phone or let him find out stuff that I was doing so he could see I'm going to do whatever you're going to do. Like, if that's the game you want to play, like, that's the game we could play. And then on top of that, the dudes that I was messing with was on a whole different status than he was. So I knew that would definitely make him feel some type of way. But let me just throw this out there because I'm a little bit experienced now. Trying to make a dude mad with another dude, just a rookie move. Like, wasting your time trying to play get back. Like, all this gonna do is show him that you still care. So, rookie move. Don't even do it.
Now, why is it at this point I'm still talking to him? Like, why am I talking to NFL players and still talking to my ex? Like, it's just like the comparison not even matching up. Like, everybody would be telling me, like, leave this dude alone. And I'd be getting mad. Like, who are you talking to? Don't tell me to leave my man. Like, because it's not happening. Like I did out with my granddaddy one time and did not talk to his ass 3 months because he said something about my boyfriend that I did not like. Like, who are you talking to? I mean, he was right, but still. I'm not going to say at this point I was getting tired of it, but, like, I was getting fed up. And I'm the type of girl, like, you texting my man and you know he with me? Oh, nah, you got to come see me. I went through that phone and I saw him texting the ex from high school. Like, why? I really didn't get too much into depth about what was going on, but we was on and off a lot. So when I ended up going through his phone, we was together, but when everything I saw on his phone had happened, we wasn't together. But it's like, still, I did not care. Like, this, like, why? You feel me? And one thing about me is when they go low, I go lower. So I end up texting a girl and I was being nasty nice to her. I was keeping it cute. And she was being nasty nice right back to me. I went to my boyfriend's house. At this point, we not together, but we was still, like, messing around. So I ended up going to his house or whatever. And he ended up doing something that I thought I wanted to record. And I sent it to her like, oh, this the dude you want? This the dude you crazy about? Okay, girl. And when I look back on it, yeah, that was real childish and real immature. And I should not have did that because that was, like, so low down. But I just had to go lower. I'm doing all this. Why did I not leave him? I don't know. I was young. I was done. My first boyfriend. I was in love. So eventually, like, I had started my own business. And I was planning on quitting my job. And I also had enlisted. But I wasn't, like, in yet. I was just thinking about it. Like, I really didn't know, like, what I wanted to do. Because I was just, like, you know, I don't know. I really had a lot on my mind at that time. And I was like, I just need to get out this situation. I need to go somewhere. And then I was like, I'm finna start my own business. I'm finna boss up on him. I'm finna, you feel me, do my own thing. I just really had a lot going on. I had all this going on. And I still stayed with this man. Like, what is wrong with me? Well, we had ended up breaking up for, like, a month, maybe half a month, I don't know, but we was broke up for real, like for real. Like, I was going on dates, he was doing his thing, but we ended up getting back together. But something had transpired between us and I was not having it. We ended up getting into a real bad fight. Like, this had to be like the worst fight we done ever had. And we also had mutual friends. Like, my best friend was his friend, you feel me? So the day that this fight had took place, like my final straw, my best friend was at his house. And, you know, I had called him and I'm like, oh, you know, we were just having an argument and da-da-da-da. And the argument went completely left. So I was like, I got something for that. I'll pull it up to his house. Now, he know how I get. So I don't even know why he even, you feel me? I don't know why I let myself get like this. It's not even on him, it's on me, because I don't even know why. Anyways, I go over to his house, go upstairs, I'm banging on that door. He not opening up the door. My best friend ain't opening up the door. My best friend is a dude. He not opening up the door. I'm like, oh, okay. So then my best friend ended up coming up at the house and he like, chill. And so I just realized that maybe I shouldn't post this part of the story of what had happened at this particular time. So, yeah, we just gonna skip past what happened. But just know it went down. It went down real bad. Then he ended up calling his mama. His mama called me trying to cuss me out.
Hang up on you. Not in the mood.
And all this done transpired, and guess what? I was still talking to that man. What is wrong with me? So eventually I ended up quitting my job because my little business was taking off and I started doing good. So I quit my job and I was like working on my business full time. Still messing with this man. Like, what's wrong with me? And it was just so much going on. Once I enlisted, guess what? I got to my first duty location. I was still messing with this man. But at this point, like, it was different because, you feel me, like, I was away from him. And you know how they say, out of sight, out of mind? And so that's really what it was. So over time, I just really started to get over him and let it go. And that is really what I needed. Because I just needed to get away from that crazy dude and my crazy self. So I officially been in the service for like 2 years, which makes a year and a half officially I have not messed with this man. And it might not sound like a long time to y'all, but I swear to God, it's been so long. I feel like I learned so much from that situation. And my biggest takeaway would be, don't be dumb to the obvious signs. So each episode, I'm going to tell you a new lesson that I've learned while dealing with a different man. Because each man that I've talked to, I've learned something new about myself. I'm not saying that I'm going to change who I am because I would never change who I am. I just feel like that the things that I go through are like so interesting, and like the way that I react and like the stories that I have, it's just so interesting that I really want to share it with you. So because of that situation, I feel like I'm not easily attached to people. And I think everything is like temporary. So because of that, I just have the it is what it is and life goes on mindset. It actually took me a while to realize that because of this episode 1 situation is why I'm so nonchalant when it comes to men. Because I just never really knew why I was so nonchalant until I actually spoke it out loud. But I'm also not one of those girls that holds every man accountable for something that the last person did. You know, I do give everybody like a clean slate. But if I peep something that I don't like, oh, you can just forget about it because I don't care no more. But just to clear the air, I have moved on from it. Like, I'm no longer heartbroken. I don't pester over it. You know, me and my ex, we cool. We kick it. We talk. And yeah, it's no hard feelings. But y'all know I had to name this series They Come and They Go because these men gonna come and they gonna go. And one thing about it, no matter how much I think I like you, I had somebody that I liked way more. He came and he went, baby. And the only thing I am is grateful for that situation. I'm grateful for the experience and the lessons and all the stories that I have to tell y'all. So stay tuned.